Hello everyone, my name is Andy. Today is Sunday, August 20. Time is around 9:10 GMT and we will have a look at the Dow Jones futures on the Wanda platform. So it's Sunday, markets are closed, but during the weekend I always have a look at the higher time frame, the weekly, the daily, as a preparation for the trading week and also for investors. So here we are looking at the weekly chart of the Dow Jones. And so my opinion is that here from the March 2020 lows, we did the first wave one up as 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We end with divergence. This cycle is over, and then here we went down to correct this wave one to the upside, so down as a wave two. I would see this as an ABC structure. We did not reach the minimum requirements for a wave two, so normally we should reach the 0.5 FIB retracements. So here this is the area where a wave two could go or should go, between the 0.5 and the 0.854 FIB retracements. But instead, we started to turn up from here. And so now the question is, what exactly is this here? Like, first of all, it could be like that we started our wave three to the upside, and then this will be our target area. So if we take the length of our wave one, the length of our wave two, then here this area between the 1 and the 1.618 FIB extension is the target for our wave three. Yeah. However, this will not be for tomorrow. We do not go there in a straight line, and of course there are also other scenarios possible. Like the most bearish scenario we could imagine at this moment is that this wave too low was not in yet, but so that we will get this wave two somewhere here, and then this would just still be part of a corrective structure. Then we could have something like A, B, C down, and we take out this low. We go deeper into this area here. This is something that is still possible. However, there is no reason to assume this yet, because our current price level is here. This here was the wave too low, so there is quite some separation between these two levels. But of course, it is possible and something to take into account, or at least consider. Okay, but now let's have a closer look here at this part. This is what we are interested now to see what we can expect from here. So also here on the weekly, what's interesting is that we will soon test this RSI trend line here. This is this is something important for me, because I like to see my cycles in RSI, upward cycles, downward cycles, and if we break this, then it could mean that we start a new cycle to the downside, and then actually the most bearish scenario could become true. But it's too early for this. So let's have a look here at this part now. So therefore we go to the daily, and I have to admit I'm struggling a bit with the Dow Jones for the moment. I really looked in depth at the chart, what it could mean, and so I came up with two scenarios. The scenario in green, let's call it the bullish one. is a scenario where we should expect still more upside, but I doubt about this scenario. It is still possible, but then next week we should really start to start turning, in my opinion, and also a bearish one, not so bearish as the one I showed you in the weekly, that we would take out this low, but a bearish one in the sense that this wave too low was not in yet. So now, okay, I will try to explain these two scenarios and why I put these two scenarios on my charts. So the bullish one. So now let's only have a look at the Elliott wave count in green. So try to neglect the red annotations. We only look in green now. So in the green scenario, we need more upside because this was here a wave one to the upside. This is clearly impulsive. This also looks like a good impulse. We end here with divergence. We have our 5 waves. So this looks good. Then wave 2 here, something corrective. So ABC pattern here also looks good. And now we should we should now have our wave 3 here to the upside, which even has this target area here, which we can find by taking the length of our wave 1, the length of our wave 2, then here the area between the 1 and the 1.618 fib extension is the area for our target. And yeah, until last week, this looked quite good. Here again, we have a wave 1, a wave 2. Then, this here should be a wave 3. Then this can be a 4. But now we are still missing our fifth leg to the upside. So far, like in the daily, we only have 3 swings: 1, 2, 3. So this could be a 4, and then still a 5 is missing. Like RSI is also supporting this. Like this is 1, 2. This is our 3. We break the RSI trend line, and now we should have a fifth wave that ends with divergence. So that would be the ideal scenario, but the problem is, so we are working on this wave 3. Then the problem is in the internals of this wave 3. Like if we have a closer look at the 4 hour. So here we have the internals. So please only look at the green annotations. So here we should have, this is our wave 1, wave 2 looks good. Then I believe here a wave 1 again, a wave 2. But then here it goes wrong. Like this could be a wave 3 again. And then this here should be our wave 4. But actually we retraced too much. Like a wave 4 is supposed to go into this area between the 0.146 and the 0.618 fib retracement, and we went quite beyond this this level. So that's why it is hard to make a case that that this here is a wave 4. However, for now, I would like to keep it like this on my chart, just to see if we get next week this this push up here, and if we get this wave 5. Like, if we don't get this wave 5, then yeah, I mean, by shifting here your internal count, like you could do this wave 1, wave 2, um, uh, yeah, what then 3, 4, 5, something like this. You can always come up with something, but like it's not really supported with in your RSI, with your RSI cycles. Like, these are your RSI cycles, and I I always align my Elliott wave count with in price data with RSI cycles, and there, this is what it makes it problematic. Like, if we don't get this wave 5 to the upside, it is hard to see in to label this as a good impulse. Like, you could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then we have an impulse, but then the problem is your wave 3 is the shortest. Also, if we would look here in the daily, like if this cycle would be over here, it means that we do not end with divergence, and an impulse has to end with divergence. So that's again why, like, if something is ending here, then in my opinion it has been something corrective and not impulsive. Like, I can agree if we from here, okay, we violated the wave 4 guideline with Fibonacci relationships, but if we would get from here wave 5 to the upside that ends with divergence, then that's totally perfect for me. Then it's another impulsive structure, and then probably or wave 3. But if we do not get our wave 5 here to the upside to finish this structure, then I cannot label this here. Then I really have difficulties to label this as an impulse. Then this is something corrective for me. Like, okay, I think many people will try to label this as an impulse. Then it could also be like 1, 2, again 1, 2, and we see more upside. But I do not really agree on labeling this as an impulse. And then, if this is not an impulse, then it should be corrective, and that's why I come up with this second scenario. I know it's very risky to predict or to forecast these kind of structures, but then I would do it like this. That so now look at the annotations in red. Then I would say this is a wave 1 here to the upside, but this wave 2 was not in yet. We still have to make this wave 2 to the downside, and what we get then is an expanded flat structure. Here, or wave A, 1, 2, 3. Then this, which is for me hard to interpret as an impulse, then it becomes something corrective, would make sense as a wave B. This complicated structure as a wave B, overshooting wave B, so expanded flat, and then we come down as a wave C in 5 waves, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we make our wave too low, and we are ready to start wave 3 of 3, the most bullish one. So this is how I see it. Like, if I have to give you like a bearish and a bullish scenario in the daily, I would actually do it like this. I'm really curious about next week. What do we get? Do we get this push up here as a wave 5, as a wave 5 of 3 here? If not, then I would seriously consider here my scenario in red as something that can play out, and this would actually be I mean kind of a wonderful trap, let's say, because I believe nobody is expecting this. Like even me, I was also expecting that like it looked very perfect actually what we were doing. Wave one perfect, wave two, and then it looked like we started again something impulsive to the upside. Like we have a first impulse, again a wave two down, and then it looked like we were doing our third impulse. But now for me it starts to look problematic, and I just want to see next week what do we get. If we get more upside here, then perfectly fine, then this will be an impulsive structure. And if we do not get this, then I believe I will switch to this scenario. I really have problems with labeling this as it is now, labeling this as an impulse. If we get this final push up, then it's fine for me. But this price structure here, labeling as an impulse, that's difficult for me. Then I see it as corrective. So this is what I'm looking at the higher time frame. So for investors, not much is changing. You knew from my previous videos I preferred to take profit in these areas because it can always be finished after three waves, and it might play out like this. And to buy again, then I would wait for this scenario to play out. Then I would here buy again, and that would mean that we would be ready for our wave 3 of 3, which would be the strongest one. But at the same time, that would mean that we now see first the next days and even weeks more downside here to even take out this low. And for traders, as you know, I was trying to buy this way for low. We defined areas and areas and areas, but no, the areas were not holding, or we had our push, and we broke again lower. I think I did 2 or 3 attempts to catch it, but every time I was stopped out again. I would just have a further look at the lower time frame. Now it becomes difficult to trade this because we do not really have an area anymore from where we can expect upside. Like we have this extended wave C here, and so it's hard to define now some kind of entry. So I think I will just wait a bit for more data, and then see what is possible. But okay, so also for the traders who follow me on a daily basis, for now I will just keep my my annotations on the lower time frame like it is. So I'm very aware that we violated the wave 4 Fibonacci guideline, but I just, before I change everything on the lower time frame, I would just like to see what we get here next week. If we indeed develop something very bullish here, and we have this fifth wave to the upside, then then I mean, okay, Fibonacci guideline will be violated, but then it is a way forward. If